All right. Likutei around Torah, Aleph Shmit. So we said that when the Mach is connected to the Chochmah, the Chet to the Nun, this gives koach to the tzaddikim, that are connected to Mach's Kedusha. It gives them the koach, and the Rishonim they collapse from that. There's this coming collections of bakoshes, and this brings about a situation where all the tefillas and all the bakoshes are being accepted. The main thing, the main reason why the requests that we request Kodesh Baruch Hu is not accepted. The words that we speak, they have no chen. And they don't enter the heart of the one who is being asked. As if there's no room in his heart for the words to come in. Because the one who requests doesn't have the grace, doesn't have the chen, the charm. So the words would go into the heart of the person who is being asked. And that Torah, but when a Yid learns Torah, this connects the two. When you put chet and nun together, that constructs chen. That's why the Torah is called Yalas Chen. Then the person merits that his words are words of chen. This is when his words and his requests are being accepted. Like somebody who is speaking words that are graceful, that they go into the heart of the person that one is asking for. That kind of stuff. This makes together when the Ches and the Nun combine together, they create space in the heart of the one from whom you're asking, whatever it is you're asking. That action of creating space in the heart of the one that you are asking is called a taf, the letter taf. The mach is called the nun, the chochmah is called a ches, and the creation of space is called a taf. So he says, this is a language, from the roots of engraving and inscription, of making inscribing. And you should inscribe an inscription on the Novi in Yecheskel when HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Midas Adin, go ahead, get all the bad guys in Yerushalayim. Now, however, you should put a mark, you should make an inscription, you should engrave a mark on the foreheads of all the tzaddikim that they are, that you shouldn't touch them. So it says when you put the mark, you inscribe the mark, it says Vitvitatav, and you will put on
that's just to show where the same word is like that? Well, it doesn't have anything to do with...
It's the same thing, like Inon Shmos, Lishon Nun.
Right.
Vitvitatav, Lishon Taf.
אין בזה שום דבר
I'm sure that there is. The very same that I explained to you with the ches, that there is the Ian of Yisod, two legs, before, in the top there's also, I just don't know it. If I know it, I'll tell you. If you give it a little time, I'll dream something up, if you want. No problem. We aim to please.
Dream center.
The fantasy center, with eyes. Ooh, You have to understand. When a child comes to a father and he wants to please his father, but he's small. The father's intellect is nothing to compare with child, just a kid. But when the kid is doing an effort, to connect Kaviyachol to the Chochmah, to connect, is doing an effort, to do whatever it is, what it does, and it fails. It fails in a cute kind of way,
Brings hand.
So this is the thing that brings chen, the smallness of the child, and compared, when it tries to connect to the grownness of the grown up and falling short.
It's like he puts on a talit gadol.
Yeah, it's like it creates a space in the heart of the father to have a chlonus on him. That's the reason why the entire connection between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is that we don't have any shaykhs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The only thing we can do is when we put the effort to connect to the Chochmah and Mitzvahs, that, we're like little children, have chen by their father. When a child does nonsense, when it does bad stuff, there's no chen in this. If it does have chen in this, that means that your order of priorities is wrong. Because if by family that the most important thing by them is conniving and cheating. If the child comes up with a trick a conniving trick, then the father gets nachas. That's chen for him. Why? Because that's his chokhmah. The child is trying to connect to his chokhmah, so there's chen there. But when the father is a tzaddik, and the child tries to connect, and he's making these cute mistakes, that creates the chen. This all comes from the nature of the connection between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We can never ever, converse with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and anything, like his levels. It's shtuyot. There's nothing to talk about. The only thing we can do is strive, learn Torah b'koyach, try to force ourselves to connect to the Sechel Amiti, and that creates chen. That the chen is a connection that is beyond, we both hold the same thing, so therefore, all right, we are one thing. One higher, one lower, okay. But you take it about the child doesn't even connect to the mind of the father. The very fact alone that he's aiming in that direction causes the father to bridge the gap between them and have a connection which is beyond seichel, which is a connection of love, just a connection of when you connect the chet, the nun to the chet, when you are doing, as you said, you're putting the other little kid, you're putting on the talus and you're shuckling, like, what are you got on the talus? It's ridiculous. Yeah, but the father wants kedusha, and suddenly his son, it doesn't know anything. It's just he puts on this, innocently put this talus on him. And it's just like, what does the child do? The child's trying to connect to the chokhmah, trying to connect to your ideal. And he's doing something funny. He's doing something, infantile. Because he's an infant. So what does it do? It opens up your heart. It enables you to make
creates a tab.
It like opens up a place in your heart to receive the way things come from him. I remember years ago, my son, my big son, El Melech, was like 4, 5 maybe. I was able to stay there. And he was being totally impossible. I know you find it very hard to believe, still. The 5, 6 year old, I don't know how old he was. He was being impossible. So I sent him away from the table. And I said, you go to the other room and you ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu that I should forgive you. So he goes to the other room and he comes out. He says, can I come back? Can I come back? I said, no. He says, but I asked. I said, look, I don't feel. I said, you should ask Kadosh Baruch Hu, I should feel, you should come back. He went to the other room. Suddenly, I felt my heart expand. He wasn't there yet. My heart expanded. Suddenly I felt like, yeah. And he came up and he says, can I come back? I said, yeah, sure. You can. I didn't know what he did in the other room. But I felt it. Because he spoke to Kadosh Baruch Hu. Kadosh Baruch Hu's heart opened. So my heart opened. I didn't know, I'm telling you, it was obvious to me. Suddenly I was like, yeah. Sure, come, baby, come. What was that? He connected to the Chochmah, he made it whatever his effort was. You know? When he was 3 years old, this is the way that we told him this way. Now, whatever you want, you should ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is it. When he was 3 years old, and my wife, we stayed in Borough Park. We just came in somebody's house for this, and we were looking for an apartment. So somebody came, an older man, came to pick up my wife and my children to show them an apartment where we were going to rent. And so Melech was like less than 3. So he came, said, Honey, can I have a lolly? So I was like, I want a lolly. He didn't say that can I have a lolly? He says, I want a lolly. So my wife said, that's how you ask. I want a lolly. He says, you should ask. Well, she meant, he said, can I please have a lolly? So she told him. So he went to the other room. The guy was standing there, this other standing there. So my son went to the other room and says, Shem, can I please have a lolly? The other guy became a puddle on the floor. On the spot. A 2.5-year-old baby says, he should ask. He goes to the other room and says, Shem, can I please have a lolly? When you connect to the Orach Chochmah, when you make an attempt to connect to the Orach Chochmah, it's that Likutei b'koyach. It creates a situation. It opens up. It digs. It grats us out. It digs out. It creates a space in the heart of the person that you're asking for to give you the bakasha. When we come to Kadosh Baruch Hu and we ask for whatever it is that we ask, we don't deserve it. It's probably even not good for us. We don't know anything. Like this little child. But the fact that we are trying to connect ourselves to the Chochmah by learning Torah b'koyach, each one according to what is b'koyach means. For some it means getting out of bed in the morning. For somebody it means, learning 8 hours be'iyun. Each one what the koyach means for him. That gives chen. That gives us chen. So when we ask Kadosh Baruch Hu for whatever it is that we want, Kadosh Baruch Hu gives it to us. Days in this company, it feels very cautious.